Okay, in this lesson, we'll go over some basic properties of parallel lines. Okay, so I would want us to start with the first one, where that's alternating angles. Let's talk about alternating angles. What's alternating angles? So, talking about angles that, in the common sense, you will say angles that form a Z. Okay, so let's look at this. The angle that will be formed here, 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 here. You know that angles are formed when two lines meet. So this is one line meeting another line here. Okay, so the angle that will be formed at this side and angle that will form at this side, we see that they are alternating. So what we say is that they are equal. So we can see that angle DN is equal to angle E. That's alternating angles. They alternate. They alternate. And also we can also say that the angle that will be formed here, Z, under Z, this, and that. Okay, the angle that will be formed here and here also alternate. So we can say that angle A is equal to angle F. The next one is that we are going to look at corresponding angles. That's the next property. Corresponding angles. When we talk about corresponding angles, we're talking about angles that form an F. Okay, that's in a common sense. Alright, so let's see an angle that will form F here. Now you see that when we have this line coming here, alright, coming down here, you see we have an F here. Okay, and F will be here. What we say is that you see this angle, the angle down here will be the same as the angle down here. Then we say that they are corresponding. The angle down here will be the same as the angle down here. We say they are corresponding. Also, the angle up here and the angle up here will also be the same. So we say they are also corresponding. So if you are to write a basic identity, we will say that angle A is equal to angle H. That is down and up and up. We can also say angle B is equal to angle E. Hope you are following. And this property is what we call the corresponding angles. Corresponding angles, okay. Just as we have A being equal to H and B being equal to E, in the same way D is also equal to G, and we have C being equal to F. C also equal to F. Okay, so we can also write that. Let's write that angle C is also equal to angle F, and we also have angle D equal to angle G. Alright, yeah, so that's some of the property that you should also know. And the next property, cointerior angles. Okay, cointerior angles. We say that cointerior angles add up to 180. So you should know that property, that all cointerior angles will add up to 180. When we say cointerior angles, what do we mean? We mean that the angles that are both inside the parallel lines, the angles that we find inside, they are cointerior angles, and we say that they are supplementary. They are supplementary. So if two angles are said to be supplementary, it means that when we add them up, we are going to get 180. So when we add A and E, we are going to get 180. Angle A and angle E should be equal to 180. Angle D and angle F should be equal to 180 because they are co-interior angles. So I'm going to write that here, that angle A plus angle E should give me 180 degrees. And in the same way, angle D plus angle F should also give me 180 degrees because they are co-interior angles. Is that okay? Then the last thing that we're going to talk about, the last property, is vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. I like to take this particular property as scissors. Okay, so when you take a look at any angle question and you find it to look like an opened scissors, then you can talk about it as a vertically opposite angle. You can use that property. Okay, so look at this angle where we have this and this coming, that like an X. Yes, this here and that here. You realize that if it were to be a scissors, okay, scissors where you can open it from this side, you realize that the angle at this side, when you open it, the angle at this side will be the same as the angle at this side. And in the same way, the angle at this side will also be equal to the angle here. Alright, so we say they are vertically opposite angles. So if you have to write an identity for it, we will say that angle E is the same as angle G. Okay, and we can also say that angle F is also equal to angle H, and the property is called vertically opposite angles. Okay. And this one is what we call the cointerior angles. Alright, so this is going to be the end of the properties. So let's solve a question. So look at this question and then you can try to see if you can answer it. We are finding the angles listed with alphabets. Right, you can pause the video to see if you can solve them. So we have these two lines as the parallel lines. That's line MN and line OP as the parallel lines, and we have transversal lines, that's AB and then CD. These are the lines that are cutting the parallel lines. Okay, so we are going to just solve them. We are only given this angle 1, 2, 3 and then 1, 1, 5. These are the only two angles you have been given, and we are going to use this to find the rest of the angles. Now let's use the properties. First, I want us to find here. Okay, you realize that we talked about vertically opposite angles. So take it as if this is X or scissors. Okay, realize that this side and this side are vertically opposite. Okay, so we can say that M is equal to 115 because it is vertically opposite to 115. Okay, when you write the angle, you must write the identity or the property attached to it, because M is vertically opposite to 115, so M is also 115 degrees. Now we know this as 115. If we know this as 115, we know that K will also be 115 because they alternate. A Z, don't forget, alternating angles form a Z. So we have something like a Z like this. So we see that this side and this side they alternate, so K is also equal to 115. And if K is also equal to 115, then it means that if here is 115, then I is also 115. What property do you think it will be? That's going to be vertically opposite angle. So I is also 115 degrees. Now, if we know here, we know here, we know this side, we know this side, we are left with only these few sides to find. Now, I want you to look at something here. When you take a look at this and this, you realize that they are the same. What property do you think this is? That's going to be corresponding angles, because I said that the top here and the top here are always going to be the same. So you realize that this side and this side are the same. Okay, now we realize that angles on a straight line will add up to 180. Okay, so here we are going to solve it. 115 minus 180. Angle N will be equal to 180. 180 minus 115. Okay, so if you are solving for this, N will be equal to 65 degrees. Now, if N is 65 degrees, then it means that it's going to alternate with H. Alternating angles are also equal, so H will also be equal to 65 here. 65 because they alternate. Now we are left with only this side. Yes, so this side is also going to be 65. What property is that? L is also 65 because it is vertically opposite to it. And we're also going to see that this J is also going to be 65 because it also alternates with it. Sorry, it's vertically opposite to it. Alright, yes, so that is it. This and this alternate, this and this alternate, they are the same. Now let's see something. We also learned that co-interior angles add up to 180. So 65 plus 115 should give us 180. And yes, it is true. 65 plus 115 will give us 180. That is co-interior angles are supplementary. The property we learned today. So we are done with this. Use the same concept to find for this. And then let me see. Okay, so I will just do the answers and then you just compare it with what you had, because it's very simple. You know that this place 1, 2, 3 will correspond with D here. Okay, that is going to be F. Down here and down here will always be the same. So here is going to be 1, 2, 3. This 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll just do the answers. I'll just write the answers and then you just compare with yours. If here is 1, 2, 3, I'm sure you know that this side is also going to be 1, 2, 3 because they are going to be vertically opposite, like an X. Going to be vertically opposite angles. And you also realize that if this is 1, 2, 3, then F is also going to be 1, 2, 3. And don't forget, if here is 1, 2, 3, here is also 1, 2, 3 because they alternate. And whatever we get for here, get it for the same thing. You're going to use it like C is also going to get the same thing. It will be the same thing. Alright. So subtract 1, 2, 3 from 180 to get this side. That's going to be G will be equal to 180 minus 1, 2, 3. And you solve that. I think I'm going to end here and then you solve it and compare your answers with what I will get. So that's the answer. Just compare it and then see. Thank you so much for watching, and I would hope to see you. I would love to see you the next time. Okay, and don't forget to leave a comment if you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you.